Righto crew, we're at the Busselton jetty today. Now, as I said, we're going to try and catch some squid or get a cuttlefish for the DDC. Was going to stream at the DDC today, but I thought I'd come down here with the full moon and try and get everyone the cuttlefish, as it's one of the most popular displays at the DDC, and with it's gone, now it's sorely missed. Okay, so I'm going to put some fluorocarbon on, and what we're going to do, there's a nice big one right there. Now with squid fishing, sadly there's a lot of misinformation. It's one of the cheapest forms of fishing to set up for. You can literally go down to a tackle store or Kmart, or better still, go to the Busselton Jetty visitor centre here. They do sell fishing tackle. Buy yourself a little hand line, get yourself a few different coloured squid jigs, you're ready to go. Okay, so what you can do, squid are one of the few things you can catch with a minimum of gear. Okay, now you can use them for bait. I don't eat squid. I will do though if I get some fresh ones. They are an absolutely fantastic delicacy as well, right? So you can either use a fish bait on the traditional squid jigs. They've got the barbs down the end and a long stem. You put the fish on and then you cast it out, retrieve it really slowly, and they latch onto it. Or you can use squid jigs, right, which look like a little, or not so little, shrimp or prawn. Now there's three things to consider with squid jigs when you buy them. Okay, and not even really when you buy them, when you use them as well. So the first thing is colour, right? Have a variety of different colours. You'll be fishing one day for squid and bright pink works, then they stop. So then try a yellow, a green, a blue, a red, a purple. My favourite squid jigs are a purple and black coloured holographic colour, and then also the Lumo ones from there, okay? Now, the other thing too is size is important on the squid jig. On a really calm day like today, where we've got these easterlies and, you know, little northeasterlies and that sort of stuff, use a small squid jig. If the weather was really rough, then what you would do is you would use a larger squid jig, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use a very, very light fluorocarbon, the 14-pound fluorocarbon that we use for brim. Not going to use too much of it though. What we've got here, we've got our Bimini twist on our Berkeley file line there, right? This is some 14-pound fluorocarbon, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring that back through here. This is the braid mono knot. Don't quite need glasses yet, but I don't think I'm far off. So important things when you're doing knots, right? You get the tag ends nice and even. Bring that down. I've already lubricated that with some saliva. There we go. Knots in there. Okay, beautiful. Now, because fluorocarbon and braid don't really get on, what I do is a couple of insurance knots, or triple hitches as they're called. Right, so see that little triple hitch there? That will lock that in and it won't interfere through your guides as you're casting it. And then back through here, another triple hitch. Don't do that. That's not how I lost my teeth, by the way. Right, so there we go. Got a couple of triple hitches in there. That'll lock that knot in. We won't have any headaches. This time of year though, a lot of big Samson fish come through to this jetty. I didn't bring down the Samson fishing gear. We'll leave that for another time. With squid fishing, different sizes are important. So let me just check that we're in the screen there. Right, different sizes are important. So on a really calm day like today, right, nice small squid jigs like this, okay, cast them out, retrieve them slowly. On rough days, okay, you can use slightly bigger ones. Me personally, that's about a size 3 squid jig. See all the teeth marks on it? I'm going to use this today, even though it's probably a little bit big for the conditions. This is my favourite squid jig. I seem to do okay with it, so that's what we're going to use, okay? Bit of friendly advice, fam. When you're buying swivels, I've gone away from the traditional brass swivels. I use mainly crane swivels now. That's a Coastlock Snap, nice and heavy duty clip. Love the Busselton jetty. I've been fishing here since the 70s, since I was a kid. Right, and the biggest fish I've ever seen caught off here was about an 80-pound Samson fish, and obviously sharks and that sort of stuff back in the days when they would fish for them. It's quite a simple process. In here we've got weed beds. Cast it out, right, let it sink. Squid fishing's a very relaxing way of fishing. Okay, so I'm going to lean on this pole and check that I haven't leant on bird shit. I'm letting it sink. Right, so what you do is you just wind it in as slow as you can. Right, we're trying to instigate a predatory response from squid. And just bring it in nice and slow. It's a very enjoyable form of fishing. If you're a parent out there, you've got young kids that like fishing, take them squid fishing, right? Because when they're around, you definitely know that they're around, if you know what I mean. And all we're doing, the squid will hide out in the weed beds, right? And then eventually they'll zoom out from the weed beds, okay? And then they'll come out and hit it. And lo and behold, we've got one chasing the jig at the moment, but it's not taking it. They do that sometimes. Hello, mate. Yeah, it probably knows that it's going to end up as food today for a turtle. But anyway, so be it. Right. And I usually find that when you're squid fishing, trying to cast in the same spot over and over usually brings them in. I was going to come here at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm getting a bit old now, so okay, there was a bump. Right, now, see how I'm using braid on this reel? See how my rod tip is pointing at the water? What that does is that brings the squid jig in nice and deep, okay? If you want to lift it up and bring it to the surface, well then you just lift your rod tip up like that. So when you're fishing for squid, bit of a no-brainer. Just sit there. Okay, like so. Bring it in nice and slowly. Right. They are pretty susceptible to movement. So I have already got a couple of squid underneath this squid jig. What I'm going to do, right, I'm going to let this sink right down. Now, with the squid jig, closer to the water you get to retrieve it, the better. More horizontal, sort of parallel to the bottom you retrieve it, the more chance you'll have of getting one. Right, now see how slow I'm winding? I'm not even, that's probably a bit too quick actually. So as I was saying with squid, okay, size of squid jig, colour of squid jig, you know, you'll be fishing. I mean, we haven't had a hit on this yet, so I'll give this, say, 20 casts and then I'll swap to another one. That's better, now it's laying nicely. Lovely day for it. Absolutely lovely day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, first squid of the day, fam. Here we are. A nice big one too by the looks of it. Now see how that rod tip is really pulling on that? Here, see that? Right, I'm not going to wind any quicker. That's our first squid. I actually reckon this is a bit bigger than a squid. If this is a cuttlefish, we're going to pack up and go home. Okay? Have a look at this one. Right, so I'm just winding it very slowly. Don't stop winding. Right, you've got to let it make as much resistance as possible. Okay, so this is our first squid of the day. Beautiful sized squid. Look at this. Hello, bud. Now, remember... No, you're right, mate. Okay, so squid like to squirt inked. There you go. This is one of the big green-eyed monsters that hang out at the jetty. Look at that. What a beautiful squid. Told you that the old black and purple squid jig worked. I don't think that's got any ink in it, but look at that, fam. First one of the day. What we're going to do... Now, remember, squid need water to propel the ink. Right. So I'm just going to put it in there and try and keep it alive for as long as possible. So there you go. That one was about, I'd say, a good 12 to 14 inches long. Now remember what I told you about fishing the same spot? Right. The biggest squid I've seen from down here was about yay big, famo, okay? So what it is out there, we've got a little squid bed. We've got a little, like a weed bed, okay? I've been casting to the same spot and causing a commotion, right? And by causing that commotion, it attracts them. So let's go again. And the funny thing is, you usually get them, like you won't get any, then boom, you'll get 3, maybe 4. Okay, nice size squid. I could probably even take that down there. Now remember, squid are carnivorous. So if you go out in the boat and you put a squid in a fish tank with other fish, if you started off with 5 fish, you might end up with like 1. Right, there it is. Come on, you should see the size of the squid behind this jig. Come on, I'm going to stop. Yes, this way. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come on. All right, well, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to drop that down there just above the bottom, right? So let's go there. Seriously, people, the Busselton jetty is such a nice spot. It is literally like fishing in an aquarium, okay? It is literally like fishing in an aquarium. We're going to leave that there. These are the diving platforms here, okay? So what we've... Hello. Yeah. I'll show you what I mean about... Ooh, there's one hanging around. Good work. Show you what I mean about fishing in an aquarium, fam. Check this out. The water is that clear here, look. See that out there? They are the old pylons from the old jetty. See in the water? We're at about 12 metres here, and we can see to the bottom. See little bait fish? There's some little bait fish. On the right there, they're the old pylons from the old jetty that they built over. Right, absolutely beautiful. Okay, and then there might even be a Samson fish or some trevally in here. We'll cast, oh, they all squid. So what happens is, because these pylons have been here such a long time, they seem to have their own little sort of ecosystem around them in the water. So smaller microorganisms will latch onto the wood, then the slightly bigger ones will follow, and vice versa. And eventually what will happen is you'll have mollusks and barnacles and all sorts of stuff, which creates habitat. Small fish come in and move in, and then obviously the food chain starts to happen around them, okay? Oh, don't you point at me. Don't you point at me. Bad squid. Right, they are absolutely beautiful in the water, fam. Right, look at that. See how it's trying to move? Right. I'm going to ring up for them to get the permit ready on the way down. So, because that water's inked, right, we need to tip it out. And it's starting to go like coffee. Now, there we are. Quite a simple process. Tip the old water out. Tip the fresh water in, which oxygenates it as well. No, don't you point at me. Don't you point at me. I don't want to check if you've got glowing eyes. All right. Oh, the tentacles are back. it's armed. As soon as I put the water in there, it perked up straight away, famo. Okay, beautiful. That's in good hands. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that in there. Hey, let's check this out. Look at that in there. Look at it. Right, beautiful. The other thing is too, if I put another squid in there, they'll probably eat each other. So this is my favourite colour here. That's my favourite colour. See that? Purple and black works best for me. I don't, and that's why, and that's, I mean, they never made them in these colours years ago, but yeah, purple and black. See how many times it's been hammered? Okay. Righto crew, thank you very much for tuning in.